TIFU by not realizing how much my dog pays attention and listens. So this has been happening for a little over a year now, since we got this dog, but I just realized what was happening. We also have a miniature dachshund. The dog that this post is about is named Jack and he is a rescue. He is a mix of Jack Russell and Greyhound. Very energetic and smart. Fiancé and I were having a conversation consisting of bedroom talk. I referred to him, fiancé, masturbating, and Jack gets down from the bed and stands at the foot staring at us like, okay. I got off. I'm good boy. I looked at him puzzled for a few seconds and it clicked. Every time I have ever said jack off or jacking off, he has probably been getting off the bed. He got praised so much between laughter for being such a good boy. We now have to change our terminology. Edit, dog tax. TL, doctor, my dog, Jack, thought I was telling him to get off the bed when I was having a conversation about jacking off. Might I suggest choking the chicken? It's funny but way more syllables, lol, that's why I don't like saying masturbating, smiley face. I have to ask what a Jack Russell Greyhound mix looks like. And how does that even happen? Quite a size difference there, ha ha ha. I have a wiener dog mixed with a border collie. Dad was the wiener dog, smiley face. I thought he was mishearing wanking as walking in the build-up. Ah. I won't use wanking as a substitute. I don't want that confusion. He could walk all day and run way longer than me without running out of breath, so I don't want him getting excited about extra walks. Dog tax. I thought this was going to be him drawing a correlation between you talking about sex and shooing him off the bed to have sex. Lol, it was a legit conversation about bedroom stuff. But that would have been funny too. TIFU by sleep training the whole family. On mobile, sorry, etc. This has been building up for 3 weeks, but I only just realized it last night. I had a baby almost 4 months ago. Unlike wild animals that come out walking, human babies are born useless and you must teach them how to do basic survival tasks like eating and sleeping. My baby mastered eating, but especially did not like sleeping. She preferred laying there, eyes wide open, turning her head, and making oo sounds. One night as I sat in the closet, distraught over how I gave birth to an owl, I hopped on the Google. I found a slightly less restrictive straitjacket for babies and a creepy hybrid baby doll/glow worm that plays music. In my exhausted state, I decided these would be the best things to use in order to terrify my infant to sleep. Surprisingly, they worked. She sleeps for like 7 hours now. Here is how I realized my FU. 3 nights ago, I put my baby in her fluffy straitjacket and turned on the worm. We both drifted off to sleep. 2 nights ago, baby is sleeping soundly and I cannot sleep. I am staring at her thinking, look how cute. I miss her, she's sleeping too well. Oh no, is she breathing? She moves. I then think you better not wake the hell up, monster child. I turn on the worm. We both fall asleep. Last night, I sneak into the room after baby is asleep. I turn on the worm in case I make noise getting into bed. I almost fall asleep and the worm turns off. Frustrated, I no longer can sleep. I turn the worm back on when baby shifts and I fall asleep before the worm shuts off this time. I woke up this morning and the realization hit me. I cannot sleep without the worm. Husband also confirmed worm controls his sleeping as well. Let's hope it never breaks. TL, doctor, baby wouldn't sleep, bought creepy worm/baby hybrid, worm baby now controls all our abilities to sleep. Edit, lulled to sleep, woke up to awards, exciting, thank you, and learned that these things control us all. Edited to add link, the worm. You better get a second one as backup, because if it breaks you're all screwed. Loved I gave birth to an owl. Literally actually laughed. I had this skull in my room when I grew up. It was this plastic thing that absorbed light in the day and lit up in the night. In an incredible display of irony, the light it emitted kept the scary monsters at bay. I was 25 before I gave up the skull. The sleep toy we got when my son was an infant got me worried he'd grow up thinking sheep made whale sounds. I could have used that worm to help counteract that thought keeping me up at night. Haha, that would be silly. Everyone knows sheep make long, low-pitched, rumbling songs. Why would they bleat like a whale? What magical worm is this? I too would like to scare my baby to sleep. Yes, it is the glowworm. Based on the link, I have now learned the newer version is much less terrifying looking than the older version. TIFU by caressing my BF's dad. I had napped before my BF and I got to his parents' place for dinner and I was still a bit zoned out and sleepy. After dinner with the family, it's traditional that everyone helps out with various cleaning up. I walked behind my boyfriend, and he watched as he started washing dishes. I smiled and thought to myself, what a good son, he hates doing dishes. I softly and lovingly caressed his back and stared at the dishes for a moment, before looking over to see my boyfriend, and his mother in the dining room. All of a sudden it dawns on me that if my boyfriend is all the way over there, then I am not touching him. I realized that I was touching his dad and let out a huge gasp. My boyfriend and his mom looked over to see what was up, and so I explained while apologizing in an embarrassed panic that I mistook his dad for my BF from behind and was rubbing his back accidentally. He and his mom just thought it was absolutely hilarious, and it seemed that his dad thought it was his wife until I freaked out. I was pink all the way up until we left. My boyfriend takes after his dad, both of them having really short hair, similar heights and builds. And today they both wore grey t-shirts and dark wash jeans. From that angle I could not see his face and so I accidentally caressed my potential future father-in-law. TL. Drive? Mistook my boyfriend's father from behind to be my boyfriend since they wore similar clothes, and sensually caressed him for like at least a couple seconds. See. Edit. Didn't expect this to get as much attention as it did. Besides my soul leaving my body because of embarrassment, it could have been worse. I like the wholesome comments, a lot of more than the weird sexual ones lol. It is true that my BF comes from good genes and it is cute that his parents have an affectionate relationship if he thought my loving caresses meant for his son were his wife. Glad my humiliating experience made some people laugh or smile. Smile? Some people keep saying username doesn't check out and for the record I am bisexual and poly. This is my throwaway account where I vent about a crush on my friend lol. As they say, keep it in the family. Sweet no Alabama. You have got to look at the bright side. Thank God you didn't decide to do a lil groping. Imagine that? Makes what actually happened seem a whole lot better in comparison. Oh God. Long time ago, I was having a conversation with my brother-in-law and thought my wife was standing next to me, so I put my hand on her butt. Turns out she was standing next to me but on my other side. I was groping my sister. Go on. Now you know how your BF's back feels to touch in 30 years' time. The same, apparently. My wife and I were at a wedding reception, and at this point of the story she's already a couple drinks in. She sees me from behind, walks over and grabs/smacks my butt with both hands. It's at this moment she realizes it is most definitely not my butt, it is one of our friends who is also wearing a red shirt/black pants. Oops, smile.